Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 51 of The Road to Glory. Now, if you haven't watched last episode, I would seriously recommend going back, watching the whole thing, because it was, I would say, probably one of, if not the most integral episode of the series so far. Not only did we have Kyla's best ever match, but as you can see, we also turned cult, and with that, we signed a lot of different people. A lot of current roster members were put on written deals, and then we brought a few people in as well. I mean, some of them you can probably see there. And we're gonna start this episode off by actually signing Island Boy Apollo's tag team partner, which is Kid San Juan. So we'll get him in. Not too sure if I'm going to sign him on a written deal or not. He's not as good as Island Boy, but I mean, he's pretty necessary. He's only going to be 3,300 per month, which would actually be cheaper than getting him on a written deal. Cheaper than getting him on a pay-per-appearance deal, because he's going to be 900 per show. Therefore, he's going to essentially cost us about, 3,600? Possibly even, what would it be? Let me do my quick maths. 4,500 if we use him for every show in a month. So I think we'll go written. And a 10-year contract. I'd like to do 10-year contracts because obviously it gives you security in your roster. But at the same time, I noticed that I gave a 10-year deal to Silver Tiger. Now you might be wondering, like, why did I do that? Because there's a chance that, well, obviously Silver Tiger is already relatively old. So 3240. So he's relatively old, and by the time his contract is up for negotiation, he's probably going to be about 45 years old. So looking back, that might have been a little bit of a mistake. This one, not so much, because he's 31, whereas another 10 years, he'll probably just start to go into time decline. I'm not too worried about guys that are younger, but obviously with Silver Tiger, that might be a bit of a problem, but either way, Silver Tiger is our biggest star in the company at the moment, so yeah, 10 years is pretty fine by my standards. Anyway, let's get straight into the show. We do also have one more signing to actually make, and that is going to be James Prudence. Currently, I'm holding off on signing him. He was going to be the replacement for Silver Tiger. If you didn't watch the last episode, you might not know exactly what I'm talking about. But South of the Border decided to offer a written deal to Silver Tiger after we did. After we did. Anyway, we've got Tricolor Jr. here passing on tips on using psychology to one of his proteges, Phoenix 4. And he's been passing on tips as working as a babyface to Mystico. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's try and do a rib here. Rib Silver Tiger, seeing the funny side of the rib. And Hurricane enjoyed it as well. It's also very windy outside at the moment, like 80-kilometer winds, something like that. So if you do hear the wind in the background, I do apologize, but can't help nature. Anyway, generic venue. And what are we going to do? That's a good question, because the last show we did, we actually had Kyla defeating Silver Tiger in a ladder match. One thing I didn't do is check the title. We did actually make it a floating title, and as you can see, it's gone up to 76 B-. It is still going to be treated as the sort of mid-card belt. It's not going to be the same as the Universal title. But for right now, it's going to be contested with upper mid-carders and main eventers. And I do actually have a plan for who Kyla is going to drop the title belt to. And that's going to be pretty interesting. Anyway, what I want to do now is book a match where I want to have Cosmic Rider actually take on Kyla. I guess we could make this the main event. Cosmic Rider was another guy that I was sort of thinking about putting on to a written deal, but I think I kind of decided against it, purely for the fact that he's 35 as well, not as good as Silver Tiger, and he's actually going to cost a little bit, as you can see, 7,200 per month. Yeah, non-title match for that one. Probably could just make it a title match. Also, we lost Labyrinto in the last episode. I forgot to renew his contract, which he was actually supposed to verse Kyla. So we're going to need to come up with a bit of a different plan. Or we could maybe do a Fatal 4-Way. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, doesn't matter too much. Let's book some more matches. I want to go high spots with Silver Tiger. Pretty much because he's great at it. And he can take on Extranjero. And we're going to have El Critico attack Silver Tiger during the match. Still going to get the victory, but basically El Critico is letting him know that he is around. Then we're going to have a women's tag match, and again we're going to go with let's go with Poison Ivy and Hellcat. Man, this wind is crazy at the moment. And they're going to take on Electric Dreamer and Pinky Perez. We're going to give Electric Dreamer the victory there as well. Going to be storytelling. Today's episode is not going to be too long. It's only going to hopefully be about an hour long. And that is because we're in December. So I want to keep this episode to hopefully we'll get to Venganza. If not, Venganza will be next episode along with the end of year roll. But I wanted to keep the end of year roll separate, and then I'm going to do the end of year roll in the next episode, along with a bit of a broader view of the Seaverse, where we're going to take a bit of a dive into sort of the top companies around the world and sort of how far we're actually behind them. That's my thought process on next episode anyway. But enough about that. Let's focus on getting through these Battala Eternas. Alright, what else do we want to do? Let's have a trios match. Let's have our champions take on maybe a jobber trios team. So where is Samael? And they're going to take on Hurricane, Phoenix, and Sunny Wildside. We'll give Samael the victory there. Okay. We do need one more match, so let's go a tag match. And let's have Boom Boom and El Mitico, who we do have on a written deal now, which is awesome. And they can actually take on... they can take on... I was going to do El Critico, but I don't think we will. Let's just go the Suffering. I think that's a good match. And we'll give El Mitico the victory there. Open, called, and decisive. That can go first. And now let's book our angles. So, Kyla, Unscripted, of course, and then 6 minutes. Then, of course, we need Silver Tiger as well. I mean, these two angles alone are going to do extremely well. Both of them, hopefully, A stars or above. Well, not above, but 100 A stars, hopefully. Then I guess we can go Dreamer and Perez. I think Perez can talk, yeah. Okay, that works out pretty well. There are two Technicos, Electric Dreamer and Pinky Perez. I would love to get Dreamer's entertainment stats up just that little bit more into like a C minus or even a C would be great. Make this match the storytelling as well. Okay, I did make this one the high spots. That is an angle. I did actually receive a comment that says that I can pretty much do Steal the Show as well, which is essentially just an all-out match up to about 15 minutes. And that can actually replace the high spots match if I needed to. I personally like the high spots matches because, you know, OLLIE is kind of based around that lucha high-flying style. But good to know anyway. And finally, let's go with Boom Boom and El Mítico to start the show off there. Alright, let's do pre-show. So I want to have El Critico and Dragon Americano. And they're going to take on... I guess they can take on Team Burning Fury. Yeah, Dragon Americano can get the victory there. And then I guess let's do a singles women's singles match. And let's have Velvet take on, I guess, Brooke. That kind of makes sense as well. So yeah, Brooke with the victory. More just to train Velvet. She's getting there, but still needs a little bit more work. We'll have that go second, and that actually looks pretty good. So let's run the show. Start off with a 56 C minus, where we have Brooke Tyler defeating Velvet Suarez in a 9:44 by submission with a Brooke breaker. Yeah, just a good match. Hopefully some improvements by Velvet. We then go into a 71 C plus for our second pre-show. We have Dragon Americano and El Critico defeating Team Burning Fury in 9:38 when Dragon Americano defeated Takashita by pinfall. And then, of course, El Critico head and shoulders above everyone else in the match. And we also have El Critico. This is what I'm talking about. He's improving in technical and performance skills, which I find absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, also Takashita improving in performance skills there as well. We then go to a 79B to start the show off with Boom Boom Jamaica and El Mítico, sorry. Love to get their names mixed up. Their match does really well, 72B minus for this tag. We have Boom Boom and El Mítico defeating the Suffering in 9:51 when El Mítico defeated Seth Whitehead by pinfall with a Northern Lights suplex. I mean, all across the board there, some really good ratings. Felipe with a 67. Even Seth, who's a lower mid-carder, getting a 61. We also have improvements for Felipe. He's improving in both Rumble and technical skills. Moving into a 63C, where we have Evil Inc. defeating the team of Hurricane, Phoenix 4, and Sunny Wildside in 10:24 when Samael defeated Sunny by pinfall with a Poison of God. Yeah, just a good match. Phoenix 4 improving in performance skills. And yeah, just a match, I guess, for Evil Inc. there. Of course, their leader is currently in negotiations to come in. on a written deal, and that is, of course, Big Bad Scythe. Anyway, really good rating here for the women's angle between Electric Dreamer and Pinky Perez. 71C+. The tag team match getting a 62C, where we have Electric Dreamer and Pinky Perez defeating Poison Ivy and Hellcat Hernandez in 10-12, when Electric Dreamer defeated Poison Ivy by pinfall with an Electric Blue Bomb. Couple of improvements. We've got Dreamer improving in Rumble, and then Hellcat Hernandez improving in Technical. We then go into a 99 A-star, which is kind of what I expected from Silver Tiger. And that is, of course, leading into his high spots match, which does really well, getting a 76 B-, but we kind of expect him to do well in these high spots. And he defeats Extranjero Loco in 10-15 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. And then during the match, we also had El Critico run in and attack Silver Tiger. We also have Extranjero improving in technical skills as well. We then go into the pre-main event angle, which gets a 96 A-star from Kyler. Very impressive angle, of course. But that is to be expected. It's crazy that Silver Tiger is like B- popularity, and Kyler is only a C-, and he's essentially pulling the same ratings in angles. Obviously, Kyler's entertainment stats are a lot better, but it's just an interesting thing to note. And finally, the main event getting a 79B, very solid, where we have Kyler Adams defeating Cosmic Rider in 2017 by pinfall with a K trigger. Yeah, 73 in-ring performance there by Kyler. Doing really well for himself. Let's end the show. We get an 82B, but again, only increasing popularity in 5 regions. And if we check our popularity in West Central Mexico, which is our main region, I'm not sure if we're losing popularity or what's really going on. I have no idea. Anyway, Boom Boom Jamaica has been loaned to FCW. We also have Bernie Exile, who has decided to step down as head booker of EX 2010, which is actually, when I did my first ever Road to Glory, which was a private save, he stood down within the first year of the game, and I actually went to EX 2010, which is Exodus, as you can see there, and it was pretty incredible because we went to Japan, lots of talented workers, and they have about, I think it was it 5 million in the bank? Something ridiculous like that for a small company as well. Anyway, Patella Turner getting a 0.82 TV rating, so that's pretty high considering what it was in the last episode. And here we go, Ernest Youngman coming in as a heel. Super excited, and these are the other guys that we're actually signing. So we're going to bring Labyrinto back, only on a paper appearance, and I believe it was only for 1 year on his contract. We've got Blue Phantom, which is a guy, I've been talking about him a lot throughout the series and saying that once we go cult, I'm going to sign him to a written deal. And basically, I didn't want to bring him in or push him prior to us turning cult, because I'm worried about him actually going to south of the border. Or at least I was, because, you know, he's pretty talented. He really is talented. Also has popularity in Mexico already. So he's going to come in probably auto-pushing as a mid-carder at the very least. So we've got him. Got Big Bad Scythe, leader of Evil Incorporated. And he's going to come in as well. Super excited for that. We're also getting in... Well, we saw it this episode, Kid San Juan. And we're going to add, you know, a pretty decent member, well, a pretty decent tag team to our division. And we're pretty much desperate at this point for face teams. So to get those guys in, and then Island Boy Apollo himself, once we decide to split up the tag team, is going to do some decent work pushing into the upper mid-card main event scene. But that's not going to be for quite some time anyway. Alright, so with that said, let's have a look at the popularity. So it's still at 65 in West Central. Let me save the game real quick. And we'll check editor data. So we want OLLIE. Okay, so it's back to 65.9. Which is so strange because I'm pretty sure it was at 65.7. Maybe it was because of the month clicking over. I'm not 100% sure. Honestly, I'm a little bit gobsmacked. I have no idea why the popularity dropped and then it's now gone back up. I'm assuming, I have no idea. Anyway, let's advance. We're not going to be going on to the new pay-per-view carrier, which is big coverage. The same one that south of the border are with until the start of 2019. I don't think he'll come. El Leon, number 3 in the entire world, and there you go. OLLIE are too small. Not like we could sign him anyway, though. He wants 50,000 per month. And if we're getting into a bidding war with him, we're probably going to lose because it's south of the border. I mean, that's a badass mask right there. I've never actually heard of Venom before, so interesting. All right. Anyway, we've got our blue masked character coming in here. Now he does push naturally as a heel, but for roster purposes, I want him to come in as a babyface. Actually, hold on. Let me think. We've got Angel of Mercy. We've got Boom Boom. Let me actually go into the roster properly and let's have a look at the upper mid carders and above. All right, so where's Push? All right, let's have a look at upper mid card at the moment. So face. Well, he's face, but he's not really an upper mid carder. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. And then how many heals do we have? We also have Ernest coming in, so I have to take that into account. So 1, 2. So we've got 2 there, and then 3, 4. Basically, we've got four heals, but we're going to have Scythe coming in. We're going to have Ernest coming in. And I was talking about turning Nicholas Lopez at some stage as well. Okay, well, I'm not sure. I mean, either way, we can probably turn him at some stage. Face or heel? Face or heel? Well, we're going to have a heel mid-card champion soon. So I guess, yeah, we'll go face. We'll go face. And then we got Scythe coming in as a heel. So there we go. Okay, that kind of works out. And of course, we are actually going to push Austin Smooth into the upper mid-card scene as well. Possibility that he will be the next Mexico champion. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Anyway, Kid San Juan coming in as a heel. He has to come in as a face. As Island Boy Apollo. I'm pretty sure he came in as a face. Yeah, Technico. Just to reiterate how good this guy is. As you can see, star quality is almost a B. I mean, his performance is pretty much there. Really good brawling, really good flashiness. He's gonna be decent. He can also speak on the mic, which is pretty massive. Kind of a semi-decent color commentator as well. Okay. So Kid San Juan, where is Scythe? 60 prestige on his mask. I was going to give him a new mask, but I guess I won't. Interesting. Okay. Obviously, a lot of those guys not actually available to start working yet. Alright, so Cosmic Rider signed a paper appearance deal with EMLL. And we're getting Labyrinto back in, which is perfect. I guess we could stick with that title match that we were going with. Let me just do an auto push on everyone. I'm gonna have a look at Kyler again. Let's have a look at his popularity here. He's up to a 60C. Okay, I feel like we kind of need to get this title off him. I am going to keep him strong, though. Alright, so with that being said, we need... I want to make it Austin smooth to take it off him. So, we're going to need to push Austin pretty hard now. The real question is, who do I want to... Who do I want to actually have him beat? That's the question. Alright, so EMLL, they're coming in for a few people. So now North Star Jr.'s been offered a contract. Fuyuka Higa being offered a contract by Winnow, which is the new Japanese women's promotion. And then Silver Tiger, obviously, on his written deal, now leaving EMLL. Alright, so I think once Amazing Firefly comes in, which he'll be available for this this next TV show, we're going to have Austin beat him on debut. I think that's fine. He's only going to push as a mid-carder. And Minako now available to work in Japan. So, pretty glad to make sure that we tie him down to a decent contract. Also worth mentioning that my neighbor just decided to start mowing his lawn, so that's perfect. Hopefully you can't hear that in the background. Alright, so let's check out Amazing Firefly. Only pushing as a lower mid-carder, okay. I suppose his popularity is relatively low. But he's going to be pretty amazing. We could maybe team him up with Sunny Wildside as sort of our high-flying duo at the moment. Or our flashy duo. But like I said, he's going to come in, do a bit of a job to Austin, and we're going to try and push Austin. So we'll have Austin take on Kyler at the next pay-per-view, Venganza. And Island Boy Apollo is enhancement talent, but that's perfectly fine. Popularity. Because both him and Kid San Juan, they both don't have any popularity in Mexico. So therefore, they're both going to come in. And they're going to be the bottom of the card to begin with. Which is fine because, again, we can work on it. Look at Kyler. He's incredible now. One other thing I think I want to do, which is a good idea. Let's make our TV show... Let's make our TV show 2 hours long. And we might actually boost up all of these events as well. Because the roster, now that we're cult, is obviously a lot bigger. So we're going to make these 2 big events. El Dia Nacional de Lucha. And this one, Dia de los Muertos. Both going to be 3 hours. Every other event. I guess we can just do this one. Yeah, so we'll do this. 2 hours, 30 minutes. And then we'll bump these 2 events. That's a much faster way of doing things. Instead of going in and doing each one. What a good function. Anyway, 2.5 hours. We need to change the TV show as well. I'm wondering if we can. I'm pretty sure we can actually just do it. Yeah, so there we go. Nice and easy. There's our TV ratings. So we were up, then we went down a little bit, and now we're back up. So happy days, I guess. Also want to check the finances. At the moment, it looks like we're losing money. So That's a little bit scary. Yeah. That's a lot scary, actually. Alright, so Pinky with a negative incident there. We have a few people that are negative influences. Obviously, Lopez can be sorted out. I suppose Sunny as well. I'm pretty sure all these people are actually, they have morale issues. So Purple Viper does. And then obviously Lopez does. I guess Sunny... Yeah, Sunny doesn't. So what are we going to do for the main event? Good question. Anyway, let's book the first matchup we already know we're doing, which is Amazing Firefly, Austin Smooth. I don't think Austin... Oh, I mean, it could be a high spots match, actually. Let's make it a high spots. That's perfect. Obviously, Austin picking up the victory there as well. Can we call? We cannot call, okay. It's important to remember that type of stuff with new signings. Alright, so there's that match. Then let's have a debuting... Or is he available yet? That's the question. I think Ernest is here, is he? No, I guess not. But we do have Island Boy Apollo as well. Now the question is, do I want to put him in a match with El Critico, Silver Tiger, perhaps? Obviously, it's a very tough test, but these are the type of matches that can kickstart someone's popularity. You know, Island Boy comes in against, you know, the champion. Let's do it. Island Boy taking on the Universal Champion in his first ever match. And he puts on a show. He really puts on a show for the audience and, you know, wins some respect, earns some popularity as well. But ultimately loses, as you would expect, to the champion. So there's that one as well. So 2 debuts. We need to do a main event. And I'm thinking we go with... Let's go with Lopez to take on... Yeah, Devious Dr. Fang. That's actually a good match on paper. Do I want to give it 20 minutes? I'm not sure if Lopez can actually go for 20 in a singles. We're going to do it anyway. Going to put the faith in him. Taking on Devious Dr. Fang. Who's now actually pushing as an upper mid-carder, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's do some tag matches. Let's do some other stuff as well. Alright, trios match. And we're going to have a heel team of Labyrinto, Cosmic Rider, and Slayer to take on Phoenix 3, Phoenix 4, and North Star Jr. One's just going to be a 10-minute match, and we'll have Cosmic Rider pin Phoenix 4 in this match, but it's going to be tainted. Again, still continuing the storyline with Phoenix 3 and Cosmic Rider. We'll actually make that the storytelling match as well, because it does have a bit of a story with it. Then I want to have a women's title match. So yeah, it's going to be Lauren Easter taking on Queen Amazon. And what's going to happen is Lauren's going to get the victory. However, it's going to be a cheap win Brooke Tyler is going to come in and attack Lauren Easter. Can we call it? I don't think we... Yeah, I guess we can, yeah. Nice. So called and sheep. And then we're going to have an... I guess outside interference finish. And Lauren East is going to be attacked by Brooke. And hopefully a DQ finish will be the result. Hopefully I booked that correctly. Yeah, with the women's title on the line. I mean, Amazon's upset, but I don't really care, to be honest. She's not actually losing the belt, so... I don't really understand what her problem is. Alright, so that can go there. Because we actually changed the length of the show, we can put on a lot more matches now, so that's perfect. Up next, we'll have a tag match. And we're going to have Kyla teaming up with El Mitico, and they're going to take on Dragon Americano and who else? Let's go with... I don't know who else. Good question. Mobstar? Yeah, I guess we'll just go with Mobstar. Kind of just throwing him into that match. We'll give the victory to El Mitico as well, and the loser can be Mobstar. I mean, Mobstar is just another guy that I really should be pushing, but at this point, I'm pretty much saying that I should be pushing everybody, more or less, so... It's interesting. Alright, basically what I want to do for angles, we might add one more match, we'll see how we go. But we're going to have Lopez with an angle prior to the main event, which is nice and easy. But after the match, we are going to have Lopez be beaten down by Evil Incorporated. And of course, this is going to be similar, I would say, if you watch AEW, it's going to be similar to the Dark Order in the fact that the Exalted One, or the leader of Evil Incorporated, is coming. And that's basically what Devious Dr. Fang, Major Huanta, and Samael are all sort of going on about. And they're actually targeting, well, they're going to be targeting both members of Evil both members of the Eternal Kings, and of course Angel of Mercy. So their main target at the moment is the Heroes stable. That's after the match. We then want a Kyla, I guess, El Mitico angle in there as well. Nice and easy. Lauren Easter can have an angle. We want to give Austin an angle as well. I want to try and build his popularity up as much as possible before the pay-per-view. And finally, we want one more, but we might be strapped for time. I want an El Critico angle as well. And that's going to start off the show, but I think we're going to be screwed over for time, so I might get rid of Lauren Easter's angle. Either way, let's add 2 to that. And let's add 2 to that as well. Okay, so we're at max time. And we need less angles, basically. So, sorry, Lauren, but you're gonna miss out on your angle there. I apologize, but, there's nothing we can really do. We also want to have... Well, we can use our written workers. So, Boom Boom is on a written deal. So, let's have him take on Ortega. Good match. Then let's go a tag. And let's go with Silver Tiger and Felipe Caballero to take on the face team of Hurricane and Yellow Flash. Of course, we can pretty much use Silver Tiger as much as we want, purely for the fact that he's on a written deal now, so we don't actually pay him when he appears. He just gets paid in general. Let's also go a women's tag match. Again, we still want to just continue to train our women as much as possible. So Brooke can team up with Purple Viper. And we'll give Brooke the victory there. Nice. All right. Let's run the show. Generic venue. Perfect. All right, we start off with a 69C+, where we have Boom Boom Jamaica defeating Alejandro Ortega in 9:51 by pinfall with a drop the boom. Really good pre-show match, to be fair. The next one, the women's tag getting a 61C. We have Brooke Tyler, Purple Viper, defeating Estrella Blanca and Pinky Perez in 9:57 when Brooke defeated Estrella Blanca by submission with a Brooke Breaker. We also have Purple Viper improving in performance skills. And the last pre-show match getting a 70C+, where we have Silver Tiger and Felipe Caballero defeating Hurricane and Yellow Flash in 9:56 when Silver Tiger defeated Hurricane by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. Alright, so we start the show off with an 86B+ from our Universal Champion, El Critico. Basically, he's issuing an open challenge to anyone in the entire world to step up and face the best that OLLIE has to offer. Again, him even saying that he's the best, I mean, it's kind of true, he's the champion, but it's also like a subtle dig. A subtle dig at Silver Tiger. Because, Silver Tiger is essentially our best talent we have on the roster at the moment. Most over and extremely talented, so yeah. And of course, we have the debut of Island Boy Apollo, all the way from Puerto Rico. And he gets a 69C+, but he does unfortunately lose with El Critico defeating Island Boy in 10:09 by pinfall with a critical mass. Debuting his power and paint gimmick, getting an initial rating of above average there, so pretty good. And once again, El Critico improving in performance skills. Only a 29, but still, that type of match, like I said, I described what happens. He steps up. Fans don't really know who he is, but he steps up to face the champion. And of course, the fans fall in love with him. And he's also like a really decent wrestler as well. And I just noticed that I didn't do a generic venue, so we've lost about 1,600 fans. Perfect. Moving on to a 56C-, where we have Labyrintho, Cosmic Rider, and Slayer defeating Phoenix 3, Phoenix 4, and North Star Jr. in 12:07, when Cosmic Rider defeated Phoenix by submission with a gravitational pull after blatantly cheating. And we also have Phoenix 4 improving in performance skills, so perfect. We then go into a 57C-, which is actually better than I thought it would be for Austin Smooth's angle. Austin's angle I mean, that's probably going to get better, so I'm happy. His match getting a 60C with the debuting Amazing Firefly, and of course Austin does defeat him in 9:36 by submission with a smooth hold. We have Firefly debuting his bubbly babyface gimmick, and he's also getting an above average rating for that one. Yeah, really good match there as well, considering Firefly is not very over, lower mid-carder. We then go straight into the women's match, which also gets a 60C, where we have Lauren Easter defeating Queen Amazon in 11:32 when Queen Amazon was disqualified when Brooke Tyler ran in and attacked Lauren Easter. So that was booked perfectly. It's exactly what I wanted to happen. And now we're gonna get the rematch booked in here. Two out of three falls for our women here, and it's going to be Lauren Easter and Queen Amazon in a rematch for the Mujeres title. And I can't find Lauren. There she is. All right, there we go. We also, well, do I want to... I don't know. I'm still undecided about what we're going to do with Kyla. Moving into an 83 B+ for Kyla Adams and El Mítico Jr. Pretty good angle. Would have been better without El Mítico, but it's fine. The tag match does really well. 78B, where we have Kyla and El Mítico defeating Dragon Americano and Mobstar in 12:18, when El Mítico defeated Mobstar by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. 78B for a 10-minute match. Okay, happy with that. I mean, I should probably start expecting it. Kyla's actually outperforming El Mítico at the moment. We then go to a 71C+ with Nicholas Lopez in the pre-main event angle. And of course, his match not as good as the previous one, getting a 75B-, but we do have Nicholas Lopez defeating Devious Dr. Fang in 19:39 by pinfall with a Lopez Buster. Yeah, just a good match. Just a good match. Happy with that. I kind of expected a B-, so that's fine. And the final angle, a little bit low on the low side there, 67C+. And we have, of course, Evil Incorporated. Well, the Trios champions. Of course, Hush is not there. Neither is Scythe. But they do indeed attack Nicholas Lopez. And Marcus Flores is nowhere to be seen. So, yeah. Lopez getting his ass beat. Angel of Mercy and Marcus Flores nowhere to be seen. Overall show rating getting us a 77B. So we're still above a B- there. Happy. Now again, I'm hoping that our popularity is going to go up to a 66C+. Let's have a look. Okay, there we go. It's not broken. I thought it might have been broken, but it's not. 66C+ in West Central Mexico, and we are up to a 52D+ in the other two regions. So we're almost at a C-, which is 53 for both of those regions. Also, our popularity is increasing in Mid-South and Southwest. But as you can see, so to go to national, we need to achieve 65 importance throughout Mexico. Now that's going to be pretty difficult because I think we would need... What's the difference there? The difference is 8. 8 points of difference in West Central Mexico. So to get that up to 65, we need another 7 points in that region. Yeah, 7 points. So we need another 7 points of popularity in West Central Mexico, which equals... It's actually not that bad. 73B-. I think that's actually achievable. And it's a little bit better in Southeast, and then it's a lot better in Northern Mexico, the importance to popularity for the region. It's pretty similar for Southeastern, but it's actually 1 point better. So yeah, not too bad, okay. I thought it was going to be a little bit more difficult than that, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. All right, so we have Ernest Youngman as well. Oh boy. Oh, once we get his popularity up, just you wait. All right, so Batella Turner getting a 0.80, and then Cosmic Rider has an opinion on Major Huanta. Apparently, he thinks he is too clumsy in the ring. I mean, I guess so. His safety is a C+, not too bad. All right, so let's do another auto push. We'll go Ernest. So he's being pushed as enhancement talent, which is fine because he doesn't have the popularity. Ooh. We're also going to get both Blue Phantom and Scythe in as well. So they're all going to be available for the next Batalla Eterna. Now, I would actually like to maybe team Ernest with Austin. So that might be our first match. Alright, so EMLL coming in for Tricolor Junior now. Pretty much because we basically rated some of their best talent. We also took Blue Phantom. Not to mention we signed a lot of the guys that worked for both companies. We signed through written deals, so therefore we're essentially stealing their workers away. Now, Blue Phantom, yeah, as you can see, straight in as a mid-carder. And I assume Scythe is a mid-carder as well. Okay, that's probably his, yeah, SWF popularity. But that actually works out really well because he is going to go straight into Evil Inc. And we're going to put Samael down there and Scythe up the top. Save that and change our leader here. So it is going to be Scythe. Perfect. Alright. Now let's get into the next show, and we're going to have a few more debuts. And it is going to be the last show of the episode as well. I'm wondering if our finances are going to be a lot better now that we have C+ popularity. I'm wondering if there's like a big increase in attendance. There might be. There might be. Alright, so Kip Keenan being offered a new deal by FCW. That's obviously to replace Island Boy and Kid San Juan. Also available to work in a different area for him as well. Alrighty. Let's just get into the TV show. It's going to be a lot more fun booking with all these new wrestlers on our roster. It's going to be a little bit difficult as well, but still pretty fun. Alright, let's have a look at South of the Border. The television show. Getting a 92A. And of course they have Rick Law defeating Remo in their main event. 95A star. They also have Champagne Lover defeating Capital Brazil Jr., which got a 97. And Capital is a lower mid-carder. But he's actually pretty incredible. He's a guy I would love to sign. How is he a low... Excuse me. How is he a lower mid-carder with that popularity? Ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Tricolor signs his deal with EMLL. And we need to give Kid San Juan his push. And then I think we also need to add them as a team. We've got a lot of teams, to be fair. Let me make this one. Should we? Yeah. Let's we'll make this one inactive. So double trouble is no more. For now. You know, you never know what's going to happen in the future. What else do we have? I mean, that can stay. That's fine. Urban Gladiators. Yeah, that's fine. Absolute Power out at 91A. They're getting very close to that 100A star experience. Anyway, let's add our team. So we need Kid San Juan and Island Boy. Puerto Rican boys coming in. Even though one of them's American and not actually Puerto Rican. Is Island Boy, is he actually Puerto Rican? Yeah, he's actually Puerto Rican. But yeah, Kid San Juan is American, as you can see. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, we got some more protege work. So Tricolor, again, passing on tips of psychology to Phoenix. And some more psychology there to Mystico as well. Let's have a look at both of them, because Mystico especially, a guy I really don't use very often. But his, yeah, 73 B- psychology now. I'm starting to think maybe I should push him a little bit more. He's actually relatively good, man. He's actually good. Really good entertainment stats. I mean, he's got really good psychology now as well. Should I get him on a written deal? He would probably be a good option. He's still in his rookie year as well, so let's do it. Another written deal. I want to say that he's probably our most outstanding youngster that we signed. So 2280. There we go. Mystico on a written deal. And of course that means we're going to also actually send him to Mid-Atlantic Wrestling if we want to. Similar thing for Huracan, who we signed to a written deal in the last episode. He's actually coming along nicely as well. He's going to be a big star for us in the future. Not for a while, but, you know, he's getting there. His psychology's up to a C-. Hopefully Silver Tiger actually helps him out a little bit more. Alright, so what was I doing? I've completely forgot what I was actually doing. Phoenix. Okay, 66 C+, so he can actually call matches now as well. That's brilliant. Is he on a written deal? Should probably get him on a written deal as well. Obviously, the Phoenix name in OLLIE's pretty famous and special. And he's only young, so we'll get him in as well. We're signing too many written deals, I feel like, at the moment. Should I put him on written? No, let's not. Let's not. Not right now. Not right now. All right, back to it. Let's do a rib. All right, Yellow Flash, successful rib. And there we go, up to 89 backstage rating there as well. All right, so we're actually pretty much expecting the same amount of fans. But this time we'll do a generic venue, so I make sure I get all of the money that we're owed. Well, that we can fit anyway. Okay, main event. I think we are actually 1 week away. Yeah, so that's on Monday. That is going to be the start of next episode. In that case, let's do an 8-man tag. And let's blend in a few different storylines. Alright, so obviously one team gonna be Silver Tiger, the other team gonna be El Critico. And I think Silver Tiger's team is gonna be the sort of face team. So we're gonna have Kyler. We're gonna have maybe Angela Mercy. And then I guess Nicholas Lopez as well. So 2 members of Heroes, and then what we'll do, we'll put in 2 members of Evil Incorporated. We're gonna save the debut of Scythe for the actual pay-per-view, Venganza. Okay, so El Critico's team is going to be the heels. We need Austin Smooth, obviously going to be Kyla's opponent. And then we'll go with... I guess, yeah, we can just go with Absolute Power. Yeah. So that's going to be 20 minutes. Maybe I take out... Maybe should we give Scythe his debut now? I don't really want him to lose, though. And this is actually going to be the losing team. So yeah, let's have Kyla pick up the victory onto Major Huanta. Open, called, slow built, decisive. Hopefully El Critico's popularity doesn't take a hit. It's actually really decent right now, 72 B-. What is Silver Tiger? He's actually, well, he's technically a little bit lower. So that's interesting. And of course, they are still going to take on each other in the steel cage match. But that's fine. El Critico can lose a little bit of popularity if it happens. I'm not too fussed about it. I kind of wanted Austin to gain some more popularity. Maybe I take him out of that match. All right, I'm changing my mind. We're gonna go with Labyrinto in place of Austin. It's going to be the same sort of deal, though. We're going to have Kyla pin Huanta. Can he call? Oh, man, that's risky. Am I going to have to script this? Or should I just replace him? Okay, we're going in again. I'm going to replace him with Samael. And Kyla is going to pin Samael. And it's going to be open, called, slow built, decisive. There we go. Now I have to change Samael to a mid-carder. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, next match, we need a match for Austin. And we actually need him to verse someone pretty good. I was thinking Blue Phantom, but at the same time, I don't really want to give Blue Phantom a loss. I was thinking with him that we actually have him go undefeated. Maybe I'll do that with Scythe instead. Yeah, I'll do that with Scythe instead. So Austin, yeah, Austin and Blue Phantom can go at it. Actually, are there any other faces that have popularity? Let's go Maruyuki instead. I don't want Blue Phantom's debut to be tarnished with a pretty unnecessary loss. All right, there we go. Let's do a tag match, and let's have El Mitico teaming up with the man himself, Blue Phantom. Or should we have Firefly and Blue Phantom? Let's do that instead. And they can take on a heel team. Maybe the Suffering. Yeah, the Suffering can do with a loss. Not going to hurt them too much. Obviously, Felipe is really good, but... so Blue Phantom's going to pick up the victory on his debut, and hopefully these two will actually have chemistry. Firefly and Blue Phantom. That'd be a sick tag team. That'd be a really cool tag team. Okay, so there's that. Let's go with a trios match. And we'll have the Juggernauts take on the team of the Puerto Rican boys. And they can team up with... I guess Hurricane. And we'll give the victory to Ramos. Just an interesting match. Nothing too serious. Maybe even storytelling. We'll then have a women's match. So Lauren Easter is going to team up with Electric Dreamer yet again to take on the Crown. Of course, the Crown essentially screwing her out of the Mujeres title, which she is going to get a rematch for, but ultimately, you know, she was about to win that match before Brooke Tyler came out and essentially saved Queen Amazon from losing the title. So we're actually going to give the victory to Dreamer onto Brooke. We might even do them in a singles match together as well. I think, can we call it yet? Can she? I mean, do I risk it? I think I'm going to risk it. Let's call it. What about Amazon? I think Amazon's pretty good, yeah. All right, there we go. Women's tag. What else do we have? Or who else do we have, I should say? We got Scythe, we've got El Mitico, we got quite a few main eventers there as well. I guess if we want just a pretty good rating, we might go another tag. And let's go with Boom Boom and El Mitico to take on Dragon Americano and Ernest Youngman. Of course, these two old rivals coming head to head once again. I might actually make that the angle. We'll bump Ernest up to a mid-carder just for the angle, because to start off the show in the backstage area, the cameras are going to catch these two guys walking into each other in the hallway. And we'll say a pretty intense stare down is going to occur as a result. And then they find out that they're actually in the match up next. We'll give Boom Boom the victory. He can actually pin Americano. And I think that's a pretty good way to start the show. Do we have a... We don't have a high spots yet, but let's book angles first. Now, I guess we can go... Yeah, let's go this team, Silver Tiger's team, for an angle. So Silver Tiger, unlikely teaming up with Kyla. And then, of course, we have Angel of Mercy and Nico Lopez. I have to say, it's a very big match for a main event. Then we want Austin with another angle as well, of course. I'm really hoping his popularity gets up to a D at least, because we're gonna keep Kyla strong in the match anyway. But I just don't want there to be too much of a gap. I guess we can leave that one. I would like to go a crown angle, so let's go with Brooke and Queen Amazon. Should I try and work on Queen Amazon's entertainment stats? Because I've been using Menace, but I mean, I may as well just try and increase it. Because alongside, like, Brooke's a pretty good talker. Oh, she's not. Okay. Might have got her mixed up with Lauren, I think. I think Lauren's the really good talker. Doesn't matter too much. We're going to do it anyway. And then we're going to have the starting angle that I said. So Mitiko and your boy Ernest. We might actually start a new storyline for these two as well. So that's the starting of the show. As I mentioned, them two running in the hallways together. You know, El Mitico freaking out a little bit. He's seen a familiar face that was extremely dominant over him during their time in Summit Wrestling together. What else? I guess we can do one more angle. What about Phantom? Can he speak? Alright, he can kind of speak, so I want to work on that for sure. What about Firefly? Definitely not, okay. So let's just do Blue Phantom. Pretty much just going to be hyping himself up. And I'm going to try and do a Blue Phantom angle every week. Alright, so we need some more minutes. Let's just, let's give that 16 with a slow build as well. Let's give it 18. It's going to be a wrestling clinic. And we'll change Ernest to a mid-carder. Alright, that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's book our... We need a high spots match. So, yeah, Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 4. Again, that's sort of... It's actually continuing the storyline a little bit. So we'll get 10 minutes pre-show. Cosmic Rider getting another victory there. Or should we... No. No. That's fine. We can actually call the matches now, so that's perfect. Decisive victory. Can we have Phoenix 3 on commentary? I mean, I suppose we can. It kind of makes sense. High spots as well. And then we'll go a tag match. Let's have Weird and Wacky take on Major Huanta and Hush. Yep, that works. Let's give Hush the victory there. Open script decisive. On the pre-show. That needs to be there. And I guess let's go with a singles women match as well. And I want to have Hellcat. Actually, we'll go Francisca to take on Strella. Again, we want to just continue working on Francisca and get her psychology up as fast as possible. Perfect. All right. And that can go there. All right, let's run the last show of the episode. It has gone over the time that I wanted it to, so let's knock it out. Starting off with a 61C pre-show women's match. Francisca Marcos defeating Estrella Blanca in 9:38 by pinfall with a high-rise elbow drop. And we have Francisca improving in technical skills. We then go to a 56C- where we have Major Huanta and Hush defeating Weird and Wacky in 9:52 when Hush defeated Extranjero Loco by pinfall with a stun gun. And finally, we have a 60C where we have Cosmic Rider defeating Phoenix 4 in 9:32 by submission with a gravitational pull. And yeah, Phoenix 4 and Cosmic Rider have good chemistry together. And we also have Phoenix 4 improving in performance skills. So all round, that's a pretty good match. Alright, so we start the show off with a 57C- with the angle of El Mítico running in to Ernest Youngman on debut. Let's say that the fans pop. They know who he is. You know, he's a bit of a star in America in the indie scenes, and everybody was sort of wondering if the rumors were going to be true, that he was going to follow, you know, a lot of the other former Summit Wrestling. He has appeared on OLLIE before in that sort of exhibition match on loan from New York City Wrestling. But here he is in the flesh, written contract, making his in-ring, well, re-debut, I guess. Getting a 74B- as well. But we have Boom Boom Jamaica and El Mítico, I almost did it again. El Mítico defeating Dragon Americano and Ernest Youngman in 17:36 when Boom Boom defeated Dragon Americano by pinfall with a drop the boom. We also have Boom Boom Jamaica improving in Rumble skills. So, yeah, El Mítico and Ernest back at it again. Should we book it? Yeah, let's book a match in. A singles match between the two. 2 out of 3 falls. Elmidico taking on Ernest Youngman. There we go, revisiting that storyline. Let's also get Kyla and Austin booked in as well. For the Mexico title. Alright, perfect. Next angle, we have a 60C for the crown. So that's pretty good, actually. It's better than I thought it would be, considering their entertainment stats are relatively low together. The women's tag really, really impressing me there. 69C+, where we have Electric Dreamer and Lauren Easter defeating the crown in 11:53. An Electric Dreamer defeated Brooke Tyler by pinfall with an electric blue bomb. And yeah, Dreamer was off her game as well. However, she is still improving in performance skills. Really nice. We then go into a bit of a bad trios match, 48D+, where we have the Juggernauts defeating Hurricane and the Puerto Rican boys in 9:35, when Ramos defeated Island Boy Apollo by pinfall with a Warrior Slice. Not a great match, but we also have Ramos improving in Rumble skills. So I think the Puerto Rican boys, their first sort of feud or storyline is going to be with the Juggernauts, sort of taking on Alejandro and Ramos. So that's my game plan there going forward. We then move into a 59C, where we have the debuting Blue Phantom. Unfortunately, his mysterious gimmick getting a below average, but still a 59 is pretty good in regards to an angle. And he debuts in-ring as well, getting a 70C+, where we have Amazing Firefly and Blue Phantom defeating the Suffering in 10-12, when Blue Phantom defeated Felipe by pinfall with a Phantom Cradle. Phantom Cradle, not Candle. Okay, good match, really good match. We also have improvements for Amazing Firefly in performance, and then Felipe in technical. And I mean, do I want to do a match between these guys as well? Felipe and Blue Phantom? I think I do, to be honest. I think that'd be another really good match. So, Felipe Caballero, Blue Phantom, Technico versus Rudo for the pay-per-view. We've got 5 singles matches, but we're also going to have a tag match as well. Or a trios. Let's go trios. Let's go trios. Moving into a 63C. So Austin's promos, they're getting better. He was at a C- on the last show. So I'm pretty happy with that. His match getting a 63C as well, where we have Austin Smooth defeating Motoyuki Miyake in 9:54 by submission with a smooth hold. Yeah, really good match. Austin with a 53 in-ring. We then go to an 83B+, where we have the pre-main event angle with the, well, basically with Silver Tiger's team, consisting of Kyla, Angel of Mercy, and Lopez. And the main event, not as great as I thought it would be, 74B-, where we have Silver Tiger, Kyla Adams, Angel of Mercy, and Nicholas Lopez defeating El Critico, Labyrinto Jr., and Samael and Fang in 1959, when Kyla Adams defeated Samael by pinfall with a K-trigger. Yeah, good match. Kyla with a 73, Silver Tiger with an 82, and El Critico with a 79. Yeah, some pretty good performances there. We also have El Critico still improving in performance. And then we have Devious Dr. Fang improving in Rumble skills there as well. Alright, so we end the final show getting a 74B-. Not too good. Not too good. But again, we kind of put everyone together for that main event. Hence why a lot of the other matches probably weren't as good if we were using different guys in different matches, per se. But some good debuts. Of course, Ernest coming in. Austin's, doing work. And then, of course, Blue Phantom as well. Good stuff. Alright. So to round off the episode, I just want to check a few people's popularity. We're going to check Kyla. We're going to check Silver Tiger. We're going to check El Critico, El Mitico, and Austin. So Batalla Turner TV rating getting a 0.79. And then apparently, Boom Boom Jamaica thinks Austin Smooth is charismatic. I can see him doing well in the future. Boom Boom, you're an absolute mind reader, mate. Absolute mind reader. Look how good he is. He's actually so good. Now, one thing I do want to do, we were going to do it in the last episode as well. We're going to try and change people's sizes. Starting off with El Mitico. So he's currently a muscular middleweight. Now, this is not against Road to Glory rules, in my opinion. The only thing that would be against the rules is if I went to Kyla and changed his size. Because that is an end-of-year roll, which we can roll on in the next episode, potentially, and then get the size increased that way. So we can't do Kyla, but I think we can do everybody else on our roster. So we're going to try on Mitico first. We want him to go up to a light heavyweight, I guess, is the next one. And apparently he's not interested in the change. Okay. That's interesting. I kind of wish he was interested because a 90 up to 100 star quality is probably a lot better. Anyway, the next person we want to try is Austin, who is only a lightweight, but unfortunately can only go up to middleweight. And he's also not interested in the change. That's interesting, man. Why are they not interested? That kind of blows my mind. I thought they would be down. Very strange. Anyway, let's check popularity. So we'll start off with Austin. Go down alphabetically, I guess. And he didn't actually increase in any popularity from the last match. Okay, well, we've got a bit of a problem now. I don't know if I want to put the title on him yet. He's not popular enough. And if I show you Kyla's popularity, I mean, there's a bit of a difference. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. Anyway, El Mitico up next. 51D plus, which is up a few points from the start of the month, which is great. Almost at that C minus. Wondering what Ernest is at now. Whoa, okay. Okay, I see you, Ernest. Went from a 15 to a 28 in one show. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's pretty mental. That is pretty mental. Wow. How many points is that? It's like 13 points of popularity in one show. Okay. Who next? Let me see. Well, we've got Kyla. So let's check Kyla. 61, which I believe, well, it's up 3 points on the month. But I believe that was what he was at before the last match. Also up to a 48 in the Mid-South and a 44 in the Southwest. That's pretty cool to see. Going down, well, we wanted El Critico as well. Just want to quickly check him, see if he lost any. I don't think he did. No, he didn't lose any popularity as a result of that match. That's pretty good. Silver Tiger up next. And he gained 1 point in northern Mexico. and 1 point in West Central, I guess. So that's okay. That's okay. It's not too bad. I'm happy with that, I guess. And I think that might be everybody. Have a look at Blue Phantom. Did he actually increase? No, he did not. Okay. Actually, we'll look at 2 more people. Let's go Island Boy Apollo. Been in a couple of matches. Up to a 21E from a 4 in 2 shows. That's great. And then Kid San Juan. I think he's only been in 1 show. And he's up to an 11. Which is also pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Happy with that. One more person. Dreamer. 48D plus. And it's actually up. So that's perfect. She's still improving as well. Okay, well that's going to wrap up the episode, guys. It's been a long one. I only wanted to do 1 hour. And it's now over an hour and 25 minutes. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Please make sure you do that before you click off the video. It does help out the videos, and your guys' support has been incredible. Apart from that, also make sure you're subscribed. And yeah, as always, take it easy. I hope you enjoy the end of stat screen.